Hey guys, it's Sean here. Welcome to My.Drive 2.0. So guys, how's it going? It's been a long time since the last time I made a video. It's been a very hectic year. I actually took the year off of making content specifically for this channel because I was focusing in on a lot of different areas throughout this year and been doing some really exciting stuff with other people in motorsport and just, focusing on my own racing. So first, as an update on what has been happening with me over the last year, I've been continuing rallycrossing in the Kitchener and Waterloo Rally Club. Actually won the two-wheel drive championship this year. So super excited about that. It was a hard-fought season between me and Brendan Price. We ended up actually tying for the championship at the very last event. I was behind in second place going into that event, but didn't put a foot wrong all day and ended up winning by the event by more than 10 seconds. So was pedal to the metal, came out with the victory and came out with a first place overall. So, this rallycross season had its ups and downs. There was an event where I had an off, I had to spend the day trying to get back into the points and wasn't able to actually do it. It's been a really competitive field this year. For the club itself, we've had 35 or more drivers at each event this year. And the two-wheel drive category itself has been the most competitive this year I think that it's ever been, with almost 20 drivers or more per event coming out for two-wheel drive alone. So it has been a super exciting year. Going to keep focusing on rallycross going into next year. I stopped karting so I could focus on rallycross, so I haven't done any karting since last season. Last season, karting went pretty well. It was my first full year karting again since I was a kid, and ended up actually coming away with a handful of podiums, some thirds, some seconds, and a first place too. Really found my groove, and I've actually been competing really well in motorsports myself over the last little bit, and just really happy with the way that everything's been going with that. So just stay tuned here to see what else I get up to in the coming year. I hopefully will get out in other vehicles that aren't rallycross cars and do a few more events next year, but time and money always dictate the availability of stuff like that, so you just have to stay tuned and see what we got going on here. This year, I also spent time working as a social media manager for Canada's Best Racing Team in the Pinty's NASCAR series, which is essentially the top tier stock car series in Canada. They race on ovals, they race on road courses, and they actually race on a street course. So this year, I followed the team around, documenting what they're doing photography, doing videography, focusing on social media for them. And it's just been a really exciting year. I learned so much. I got to wrench on the cars quite a bit too. Changed out a transmission on one of the vehicles, which was the first transmission swap I've ever done. So that was kind of fun. And went over the wall too with the team as a rear tire changer. So got a wealth of experience doing that with them. So I would like to thank Joey McClone, who's the general manager of CBRT, for letting me tag along, let me come out and help and support the team. And I'm really looking forward to this season too. We made some really good content this year. I got to work with a fantastic photographer, Liam Kennedy, who taught me a lot this year too. We were able to collaborate on a few projects, and the results have been really, really good. And I'm hoping to focus more in on that in this upcoming season with this NASCAR team, and potentially working with some other drivers, some other race teams throughout this year as well. So you got to stay tuned for that and see what new projects I'm working on. So My.Drive 2.0. So what I want to do this year is change the content that we've been making. In the past, it's been focused towards interviews and going to events, mostly in Canada, and just kind of providing you a sense of what those events are like. This year, what we want to do is focus in more on motorsports, auto sports itself, and provide you with some educational information on it. So one of the things that we're going to be doing this year, and we're hoping to have the first video up soon after this video, is the history of. So the first one we're going to be doing is the history of Canadian Tire Motorsports Park, or ModSport, as some people still call it as. So what we're going to do there is we're going to go through the history. Who is involved in the creation? Who is involved in making these tracks legendary? But we're not going to just focus on tracks. We're going to focus on drivers, race teams, race cars. So you have a great place here to learn everything you can about motorsports. And you know, there's so much to cover, so much to cover. So we're going to create a ton of content in that regard. So stay tuned here. The other thing too is my background is actually in stats and information management. So I'm actually going to use that to create content for you guys. So what we're going to do is we're going to start taking a look at race series and race teams, race years from a statistical standpoint, and provide you some information that you might not be getting anywhere else. So I'm very excited about that. So the first thing we're going to do is look at this last season in review for a wide range of motorsports, including WRC, IndyCar, F1, NASCAR, and hopefully superbikes as well. So I want to make sure that this is a place where people can come for all types of motorsports. We don't want to just focus on a single one, because they're all great in their own unique ways. They're all fantastic. And I want to delve into how fantastic all of these motorsports are. So stay tuned to that. We're going to have a lot of content on here for you guys that hopefully you like. I would love your feedback whenever we create something, and also your suggestions on what we should cover. You know, we're going to try and cover as much as we can throughout a year, but you know, time, still got to work, still got to do all that fun stuff. So, but we're going to still try to focus in on it. Beef, come here, come here, come here. So you'll probably see this guy too. Come here, come here. So this is Diefenbaker. This is my puppies. He's a good guy. So he helps me with stuff by making sure I'm happy when I'm doing it and taking breaks from the research. So you'll probably hear him, see him throughout the year, because he doesn't seem to care what I'm doing. He just wants to hang out. So he's a good dog, and he's going to be on the channel as well. So that's another reason why you should tune in. So Happy New Year. This is being posted at the very end of December. So Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to everybody. We hope that you have a great break, hang out with friends and family. And we're gonna get the first video of the History of series going up in the new year. So just stay tuned, and I'm looking forward to reaching out to you guys more this year and providing some great content. Peace.